Hi, it's Charmaine with Shark Cards. I'm making this adorable giraffe card for Unity Stamp Company today. I'm using my favorite Sade with Love sentiment kit and this brand new giraffe cuddle bug with Jerry Jackson. I'm also using this All About the Hearts stencil that's brand new to Unity Stamp Company, and I hope you get to use these. I'm making a very simple card, and it's so simple I think I'm gonna make two today. I went ahead and pre-cut my top folding 4 1/4, 5 1/2 card, my card bases, and I've also put a stitch rectangle die on these card bases. All I'm doing today is basically repeat stamping. I'm using the Lawn Fawn Manatee Grey dye ink. This is a very subtle grey, but it still shows up on a stark white cardstock base. Again, we're doing 2 cards, why not? Get 2 cards for the price of 1. I did use my scan and cut to cut these little giraffes, but you can also fussy cut these. Now that you have the cardstock bases, let's add some yellow hearts. I'm using the Squeeze Lemonade Distress Oxide. I think this is the only reason why I have washi tape, is to use it as a fastener. Sorry. I'm applying this Distress Oxide very heavily onto the card base, and I'm sorry you all have to go through my yellow and gray phase again. This is just the color I'm needing right now because we don't have any sunshine down here in South Carolina. I am so sick of this rain. I'm needing the beach, sand, sun, no rain, no snow. I'll be good with that. So to add some texture to these cards, I've decided to use an embossing folder from Sizzix. It's a Tim Holtz alteration folder. It has some ridges in it and it just makes it nice to touch, I suppose. Next I'm adding craft paper. This is Nina Desert Storm brown paper, craft paper. This will just put a nice frame around your card base. I'm also using Scotch double-sided permanent tape. This tape will not let go for anything. I love this. It comes in rolls. I use it on everything and my cards do not dismantle at all. I'm adding some vellum to my cards this time. I've already pre-cut these with a pierced oval die. I'm also using the Thermoweb Tape Runner XL. This tape is awesome when you use vellum or acetate and you do not want the glue lines or glue track marks to show through. Also, this is a hint for our next release. Hint, hint. Go ahead and apply these to the cards. I went ahead and pre-stamped and die cut sentiments from the Sade with Love sentiment kit. Applied double-sided foam adhesive for the back. And now for the piece de resistance. Oh, little cuddle bugs. I'm really not using any fancy coloring here. I started coloring both giraffes with Copic Y06. Only thing I'm doing is leaving some space, some white space on their forehead. And then I'm going in with YR24 to color in the dots, the spots, the markings, some shading on the ears. I miss looking at these animals. I am from South Africa, so you can take a girl out of Africa, but you can't take Africa out of the girl. So I'm always drawn to my African animals when there's a new cuddle bug out. To add some more dimension, I used E99 baked clay. I added just a little bit of color onto the markings, add some more shading. There's really no fancy coloring with this. To blend the lines a little, I went back with the Y06. Just made the lines a little softer. I'm using E31 to add another shade of brown. Again, just softening the lines with Y06. For the grass, I'm using 3 shades of green, Y07, Y09, and G29 being the darkest. With each color, you're just adding a little bit more dimension, a little bit more pop of color. No fancy coloring. To ground it, just E31. Now I always like some shine. This is the Wink of Stella Clear Glitter. Using some foam tape in the back. And now, which sentiment for which card? I have to have options. My card's always a surprise for me as well. I never know what I'm going to end up with. I was going for a baby card, but now it's a happy card and sending love and hugs card. I saw I had some spots. I went over the lines. Use your colorless blender, 0. I'm an eyeballer. That looks pretty straight to me. Next. I'm a very things will just happen like they should kind of card maker. To finish it off, I'm adding some gems from Gina Marie Designs. I love these gold gems. This will just add a finished touch to it. But now you have 2 cards instead of 1. They're both adorable. Maybe you can keep one for yourself instead. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you next Friday.